What's going on, everybody? Vape Connoisseur here, back again with another review of a device that I picked up for the purpose of this review. Now, Vaporesso. They've been around for quite some time and brought out good products, mediocre products. I think they stepped up the mark when they brought out the Lux, which is a very, very good product. And now they've brought out this new little jammy, which is very, very interesting to say the least. Not going to talk too much about it. We're going to bring it down, show you what's inside of the box. This is the kit and not just the mod. Just quickly breeze over the tank. Not a great fan of sub-ohm tanks, for those of you who know me. But just breeze over it and I'll give you a detailed rundown of the mod. The device that we're going to be looking at today is the Vaporesso Gen, and like I said, this is the kit. And yeah, very interesting to say the least. So without any more further ado, bring it down, put some liquid in the tank, and then run through the mod, bring it back on top. I'll give you my final thoughts, and yeah, let's drop it. Alrighty, this is what your box will look like. This is the red version of the Vaporesso Gen. They do come in a range of colors: black or solid black, solid silver, the red gradient to black, and then you get a blue gradient to black as well. They are coming out with new colors at the end of the month, a purple, turquoise, and a solid champagne color, if you want to call it that. Power isn't just for the pros. Very bold statement right there. Vaporesso Gen at the bottom. On the top, their logo. At the bottom, a lot of manufacturers, details, website, so on and so forth. On the side, you get all the other nonsense that they normally put on there. This is the tank that comes with it, a SKRR-S tank. Don't know why they just don't give it a name. The Skrrrs tank. There we go. Beautiful. Power saver mode, lightweight and durable. We'll go over that in a second. And then power every puff. That's also something that they are priding themselves on. And obviously their proprietary chip, which is the Axon chip. Other side, nothing. And on the back, a little bit of specs for you there. I'll give that a freeze frame. And then obviously their little scratch and sniff. This is going to be sub-ohm tank flavor and scented. Right, let's open her up. Inside the box. Inside the box you get the mod, which we will go over in a bit. You get the sub-ohm tank. You get a spare straight glass. Beg your pardon. On the tank pre-installed, you have a bubble glass and a couple of O-rings. And inside of the box, you just get a spare coil and then obviously a very, very nice looking charger to update your firmware and to maybe charge while you are on the go. Once again, we do not recommend charging our devices with a charger. Rather just get an external battery charger and charge it the right way. Okay, let's go over the tank. Vaporesso, pretty standard 810 drip tip. Got your O-rings on the drip tip itself. If you would like to change that, make sure that you have a drip tip with O-rings on there, because there is no O-rings installed on the inside. At the bottom, AFC 1, 2, 3 slots, and that what you do on the one side will happen on the other two sides as well. At the bottom is the name of the tank, if you can focus on that. And this is not an adjustable 510, nor is it hybrid safe, so we never recommend using sub-ohm tanks on a mech mod. On the top, I have to tell you that there is quite a lot of threading involved in this tank. So the top threads off, there is your filling port, and then at the bottom this threads off as well. Another thread. Pop the glass off, and your coil threads off as well. Lots of threaded parts right here. Now let's just run over the coil quickly. That is 0.15 ohm, 5 to 80 watts, best between 65 and 75 watts. Now both coils are exactly the same. You have your Vaporesso logo and says something like a QF strip. It's probably the mesh that they are referring to on the inside. Very, very nice. It's a lot of ports for your juice to go in, quite a few actually. So I think what we do, and there's not much more to say over the tank, it's very, very basic tank. Sorry, I've got that that throatness today, don't know why. So with every sub-ohm tank, we always recommend to saturate the cotton a bit and let it sit for a little while. Juice I'm going to be using today is TKO's Blue Milk. Let's see how that runs in this tank. Should be pretty nice. And then I just like to pop a little bit of goodies on there as well. And I have overfilled this. My apologies to the viewers, me being a rookie at sub-ohm tanks, actually hating sub-ohm tanks. I overfilled it a little bit and it came out the juice ports. Rookie mistake. So that just threads in at the bottom like you saw. Just pop the glass back on and you thread that in as well. Just make sure you don't cross thread it, or you're going to have a bit of leaking when you fill it up. So we're going to pop some juice in there and just let that sit while we run over the mod. Yep, should be enough. Top cap threads back on, and there she is. Still a bit of residual juice there, but yeah, we'll let that sit for a bit and then we will go over the mod. Rightio. This is what your mod will look like. Now, first off, this is really, really, really light. It's not heavy at all. It looks a lot heavier than it actually is. The material that they use is some kind of polycarbonate. I'm still trying to figure out what they are using, but it looks and kind of feels like metal, but I don't think it is. I think it's like a metal plastic mixture. I do like the grading. It goes from red to black. You got the Vaporesso logo on there, and then you have a copper 510 little copper button, and then the 3 color buttons. Don't exactly know why they didn't make these copper as well. Maybe 2, I don't know. That's just how it is. And you got Gen on that side, and then obviously battery venting. Not much to go over this mod actually until we fire it up. Apparently it is scratch proof and fireproof. I'm not going to test that, even though they say it will withstand fire. Don't know why you would need to try and burn out your mod. On the inside of the battery door, caution, do not use batteries with broken skin. That's very nice. A little bit of social media on there. And on the inside you have, this is starting to look very, very nice. I am enjoying what they are doing. They're doing a very, very good job of making their devices look nice on the inside and out. There's their chip, which is their proprietary chip. And let's pop some batteries in there. God damn it. Okay, Positive side up. Your battery orientation is right over there. Positive up, negative up, and there she goes. She does start up, and we will just show you what is there. So there's your battery life, your coil reading, the duration of your last puff, wattage, and then PUL is for pulse mode. Now we will go over that in a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 switches the device off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 switches the device back on. 1, 2, 3 locks your device. You can still fire, but you cannot make any adjustments. 1, 2, 3 unlocks the device. Righto. Press the middle button 3 times for menu. Right here. This is their pulse mode, which we will go over in a second. Power eco mode for when your battery power is low and you still want to keep on vaping. Smart temperature control, we all know what that is. DIY mode is if you want to make your own curves and make it according to how you like to vape. System settings can go in there. There's your puff counter, your brightness, which you can change. Flip screen if you want to do that away. It doesn't really matter. Auto eco on and off if your battery power goes below a certain amount of percentage. Eco mode will kick in automatically. Default is for your factory default settings. The version is the chip version, and then obviously exit. System settings, exit. So 1, 2, 3. Pulse mode. Pulse mode is, how to explain this so that it's very simple to understand. When pulse mode is activated, what it does, it sends power from the device through to the coil every 0.2 seconds. So you get a constant flow of power without any major up or major down. It doesn't ramp up crazy. It doesn't fall down crazy. That is just what pulse mode is, and it gives you that equal vape experience that you would need. If I could, I'll explain it on the top for you, but that is what they pride themselves on the side of the box that they also mentioned is power with every puff. So you get that constant power. If you want 75 watts worth of vaping power, that is what you will get. You won't get a 90 down to 75, down to 60, up to 75. It stays at 75. That's basically what pulse mode is. And yeah, not much more to say about the device. It's a very, very simple device. The screen is a little bit outdated, I think, but that's just me. It still looks fine. Yeah, not much more to say about the device. I think what we'll do is we'll pop that sub-ohm tank back on, and then we'll bring it on the top. Back on the tippy top with your flippy flop. With the Vaporesso Gen and the skrrrs sub-ohm tank sitting on top. Looking very, very nice. Now, cotton saturated. We'll give it a vape in a second. Something that I did note, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to see this, is the fact that this device scans the tank. It's pretty awesome. I'll screw the tank back on, and it'll tell you new load. How cool is that? It's the little things that count, and even though it's not really scanning the tank, the chip is not that smart. But it is pretty cool. So the coil is dead on, sitting at 0.15 ohm, exactly what the coil says it will sit on. It is on pulse mode, 70 watts, airflow wide open. Let's give it a shot. Wow. Wow. Right. Let's start with the tank. Flavor on the tank. Not bad at all. I'm very impressed. It's still a sub-ohm tank. I'm not a fan of sub-ohm tanks. However, the airflow is good. The flavor is good. I cannot complain about it. And that's about pretty much all I'm going to say about it. If we go over to the mod. Wow. The ramp up time of this thing. That's why pulse mode is pulse mode. Just, I'm going to press the button. You tell me. It is instant 70 watt, instant power to the coil, instant vape. There's no ramp up time. The ramp up time is like they said, 0.2 seconds. If I wish I had a timer. There we go. Crazy. There are other devices that is exactly like this. And it is a PWM. A PWM hits exactly like this. That power that you select constantly through the coil. It is very similar to the hit that you would get from a Zurich X. Very similar to a hit that you would get from a Titan. Possibly even a Hex Ohm V3. It is instant when you have the right build on it. And with the potentiometer, you can set the duty cycles and according to what your build is, and you will get that hit. It is amazing that a device like this at this price point gives you what a device gives you that costs almost 3 times this amount. So they've made a very bold statement saying that power is not just for the pros, and I think they got that right. Once again, my opinion, but this is a very, very impressive mod. The way it feels in the hand, it is still, with two 18650s in it, it is still not a heavy mod. It feels nice. It sits in the hand nice. It's comfortable. Thumb flyer, trigger finger, pinky if you have to. I mean, yes, it is really, really thin, and you might risk knocking it over very, very easily. But I mean, this thing is going to stay in your pocket. And there's a lot of nice features on this, with the fact that it is scratch proof. And not a lot of mods are scratch proof. I'm not going to test the theory because I like the way this thing looks, and I'm going to probably keep it for a while. But the way that this thing hits, man, it's instant, it's constant. You get that same amount of power pushing through that coil the entire time of your hit. There's no drop in it at all. I am thoroughly impressed with this mod. If I had to rate this mod, not the tank, just the mod, if I had to rate this mod on a 1 to 10, I would probably give it an 8.5. That high, definitely. I would give it an 8.5 because this thing is a contender for mod of the year 2019. I am very impressed. Well done, Vaporesso. Would I recommend you buying this mod? If this is what you are looking for, if you're looking for that power, you're looking for that expensive power, to get this instead. There's nothing wrong with this. This mod will cost you anything between 900 and 1,000. I think the kit goes for between 1,100 and 1,200. Would I recommend buying the kit? If you're a novice vapor, of course, buy the kit. If you are the kind of guy like me that likes to build and put his own tanks on there, rather get the mod only. But I can definitely recommend this mod. 8.5 out of 10 for a mod at that price. Gladly. So you make up your own mind. If you have one of these and you would like to comment on this video, share your experience with me, please go ahead by all means. I relish comments, and I'll see you guys back again soon. And in the meantime, vape on.